All right. Glory to God. Great to be out there. Great environment again at home. Great to win. 8-0 at home. Hard to do. It's just special to play here. Our guys understand that and the history that's been built here over the years and playing well at home and in the red, white, and blue of the Buffalo Bills. So great environment, like I said. A lot of good things. I thought the defense came out and played aggressive, took the ball away, set up the offense, special teams, good sound, quality football overall. The offense got rolling in the second half there, and that was good to see, capitalizing and some red zone opportunities and some takeaway opportunities there that we had. So a lot of game balls went out after the game, as you'd imagine. I think Josh Allen continues to show why he should be the MVP, and just great to see our offense do what they've been able to do here.
John, obviously great day for the offense, but your defense really made the biggest plays of the game really all day long. Can you talk about, it has been a struggle for the last few weeks on that side, just talk about the big plays today on defense.
Yeah, I thought Coach Babbage and the defensive staff did a great job during the week. Players played extremely fast, physical, and then when you play physical and you play fast, the ball tends to come out and to find you. I think the first half they had a couple long drives, but we had the first series, that fourth down stop, and then the takeaway. I think was it Greg that tipped it, and then Jordan caught it. Big takeaway in the red zone there, and then just in the second half. I mean, they had the ball first, and that was an important drive for us, and then forcing, I think it was a punt. We forced a punt there, and just the aggressiveness overall. When you get a team in that situation, I felt the combination of the rush and coverage working together, and we were hard to stop up front, which is how it should be. Yeah.
The contribution from Greg Rousseau and the significance, not only today but throughout the season, kind of sporadic. In terms of pass rush, but he's been kind of that one mainstay throughout the year and really had a big game today. What was the significance of his performance today and throughout the whole season, kind of being that rock amongst that group?
Yeah, well, he's one of our best players on defense, and we spoke about that this week. And for us to play well on defense, he's got to play well, so that's your best players have to play their best week in and week out, and that's how the league is. So. The physicality, all those things, run and pass. It can't just be pass game, but it starts at the line of scrimmage and making sure we're winning first down and then getting them into third down situations where we can rush the passer and the coverage and rush can work together. And the same thing, just state of the game when we get up. That's where we got it. The rush and coverage has to continue to work together. And again, I thought the defensive staff led by Bobby did a really good job. Bobby, I thought, caught a great game, and we got to continue to grow as a defense as we move forward here and on through the playoffs.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Christian Benford?
Sean went from 12-0 to 40-0 pretty quick. As I'm watching that, what is it like to be on the sidelines with all three phases of the competition?
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It certainly makes my job easier, and I thought it was great to see CB that you mentioned get that pick. Thought he had a chance earlier for one, and to reset and be able to come back and get that pick. Big play for us. And then Milano, I think Ed forced it, and then Milano almost had himself a touchdown. But great recovery and to keep playing the game there.
Sean, Josh went to it on the podium just before you came in. Said in the preseason we saw the doubts and people doubting this team. We didn't use it as motivation, but we knew that talk was out there. What's it mean to you now to be in Week 16 with 13-3 and having the second seed, sewed up, just given what was being talked about back then?
Yeah, it just goes back to guys working hard, working together, being unselfish, coming to work every day, focused on getting the job done, and we know that there's some doubters out there. We knew that earlier in the year, and the team just did a great job of coming together, led by Josh. Coaches have done a phenomenal job of trying to just adjust week to week, and we've had some injuries, and guys have stepped up too. That's been important for us as well. So I think just the balance of a lot of things overall. Today, we played a game last week where I felt like we beat ourselves in certain situations, and you guys know I mentioned that, and we didn't play our best football, but we found a way to win, and I think that's important as well when you don't have your best game. And then this game, we knew this was going to be a tough game, and it was. It was mentioned earlier by Ryan. I think 12-0 for, I think most of the game. Then we blew it open there. So really, that's how the NFL is. And if you can blow it open, you got to make sure you finish it off. And our defense did a phenomenal job doing
How
that.
important is it to have this second seed wrapped up now and the options it gives you going into next week?
Yeah, it does give us options, and I think that's the key thing for us, Vic, is, we'll see where it takes us. We've got some guys who are hurting a little bit right now and might need some rest, but we'll see. We've got some guys also that we may want to take a look at, whether it be offensively, defensively, or special teams that we're a little bit curious about that just weren't maybe ready to be active yet. So I think that'll factor in. I'll sit down with Brandon and Terry, and we'll try and make the best decision overall as an organization for everyone involved here. And so anyway, just it all starts with Josh's leadership, and the question was asked by John of when Josh comes in and he's set on what he wants to get done, it's hard. He's hard to stop. And so he came in, in the spring and then again in training camp when he reported back, and you could tell he had a goal in mind, and he's led this team right from the jump.
Sean, when you say that, you said he should be the MVP. People look at stats and he has the numbers, but what else is there about Josh Allen that makes you say he should be, other than he's your quarterback and he should be the MVP?
Well, I mean, stats, I think there's a saying about stats, right? So at the end of the day, Josh Allen's the MVP. I've been around this league long enough to see MVPs every year for many years. And what he has done on this team, in this organization, in this community, and no offense to anybody else, but I've got a hard time believing that someone's done more. I really believe that.
Understanding there's still a lot that you guys want to accomplish as a team. A lot of points during the season we've heard guys on your team say that there's something different about the group. Do you get that sense, and do you feel that?
Yes, I do. I think it's more than anything else, they really stick together. And again, it starts with that unselfish approach. Don't get me wrong, we've got guys who get, they're competitive, so they get irritated when they're not the one scoring the touchdowns or getting the ball or getting the sacks or whatever, and that's kind of natural for competitors, right? But they, at the end of the day, know that what's most important is that the team does well. So it takes a little bit of swallowing their pride from time to time and their ego, but overall, they've bought into that type of approach, which is key for us.
How important was it to get Cooper going a little bit if he's one of those people that you want to rest in next week?
Yeah, huge. That was an amazing catch. I mean, great throw by Josh. Just to see Coop go up and get it. He doesn't say much, but again, a highly competitive person, highly competitive player, and he's been a great addition by Brandon to our football team.
Sean, this offense right now looks like it can beat a team in multiple different ways. Is this as good a balance as you've had on that side of the ball, kind of heading into the postseason?
I don't know what the numbers say, but I would say, again, just the threat of being a two-dimensional offense makes it hard to stop. When you get, one-dimensional, you get a little bit predictable, and so it makes it harder on the offensive line, makes it harder on everyone. So even today, I think in the first half, we weren't winning enough first downs, and so then within that, you become a little bit predictable, right? So winning the line of scrimmage will be key for us moving forward, and I thought today we did a pretty darn good job of that, especially in the second half.
Sean, you lost your top receiver from last year. Josh mentioned that you set the new record, or you tied the NFL record, most players with a receiving touchdown in the season. The old adage, great when a plan comes together. From your perspective, knowing what you needed this season, how does it feel when the plan comes together like that?
Yeah, if you had a crystal ball, right, as Brandon and I sit down with Terry before a season starts or in the spring where we're trying to figure out what it's going to look like, right? It's just a great job overall by Brandon, Terry, the coaches, the personnel staff, everyone, trainers, weight room. I'm going to leave some out, but when everyone's on the same page and there's a similar connectiveness between the team, right? Just between department to department to department. Now we got Pete leading the business side over there, and again, just that connectivity amongst the organization is huge for us, and that's important.
John, acknowledging you have a lot of decisions to make this week, but philosophically, how much do you expect Josh to play against New England?
I haven't even gone there yet. I wrote down some notes last night, to be totally transparent with you, but I think there's more than that factors in here, right? And so we'll have to sit down, Brandon, Terry, myself, and talk about, again, what's best for this football team, the organization as a whole, and then it'll start, when we get into the players, it'll start with Josh and what's best for him.
Could I just ask a follow to that, Sean, just kind of in general, how much do you factor as you go through those discussions, rest versus, say, rhythm, or, you know what I mean, from week to week and that sort of a thing?
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for both arguments, right? Both sides of that. And, our team has gone into a bye, played well, come out of a bye, played well. So at the end of the day, we've got to look at everything, one of which is, how healthy we are coming out of this game or not healthy. So getting guys back healthy is important.
Sean, who ultimately makes that final call? Is it you? I know you guys all get together.
No, we'll do it together. Yeah, we'll do it together. I mean, that's, three heads are better than one, so it's a little bit of talking, a little bit of listening, and then just sharing what we feel is best for the team.
How much do you think Milano was helped by not playing last week and just maybe resetting a little bit everything?
Yeah. I mean, he had that groin last week, and he looked good out there today, especially recovering that fumble. And very few know how far he's come with the journey he's been on. It's been a long road for him, and I think his best football is ahead of him. Certainly, when he plays well, it helps our defense. So that's an important piece for us.